Yo, what's going on, everyone? Buddy, we are back with another video, bud. Buddy, in today's video, I'm gonna be giving you more Azami fucking spots, tricks, strats, buddy. This is gonna be a banger. If you have not seen the first two Azami videos that I made, those videos I go into depth. Some of the spots that I show you today, they're going to be very fast because I want to be able to add more spots in this video. And the last other two videos that I've made, I really go into depth of how I do these spots and stuff. And they're nothing like crazy, you know, it's pretty self-explanatory type of stuff. If I'm not giving you that oomph of information, if you're still not understanding, you can still go back to those other videos. I'll try to link them or I'll put them on the screen right here. You can go watch those and kind of get a better understanding of how and why I do these tricks. Go back to the other videos, bud. I will explain it better. I just want to be able to fit more in this video and it not be brain wrecking because there's just so much fucking talking. So yeah, bud, the two other videos are available, but today we're going to start on Villa because this is like one of my classics. I actually almost got an ace off of doing this trick. So right here on study room, a lot of the times, right, everyone comes to veranda exit up here, right? And they like to play off this. They like to shoot, yada, 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 do their thing right here. What I like to do is obviously I'll go Azami here and I'll come up to this door right here. Now, before I start this trick, I just want to say that you can do this on any single doorway, double doorway, 90 wall in the game. This isn't just for this door. You can do this basically almost anywhere that kind of has a tall enough surface to add a Kiba berry at the top of it and at the bottom. And you'll see here why. I'm going to crouch. I'm going to put my head against the wall. I'm going to aim all the way at the floor here. I'm going to throw my Azami. And it's going to create this little V-shaped, like, weird looking Azami. You're going to think, what the fuck is going on? You're going to be like, well, see, buddy, that's a waste of an Azami. What the fuck are you doing, buddy? No, buddy. Now you grab another Azami. This is kind of where it gets a little tricky, is trying to figure out where to slap the Azami to where it's not too far away from this bottom part right here, but that it's not too close to it. So you'll see what I'm saying here. So, and I'm going to throw it. I see this bar right here where my white dot is. You see how it's kind of like right, it's going to land on that bar in the background. I'll throw it about just a little bit 10 lower than that, like maybe right there. And boom, bud. Now look at this. You have an insane fucking angle. And like I said, you could actually even go lower than what I just did right here. How I lined it up with the actual bar right there. You can even go lower. Like I said, this top Kiba barrier is a little more challenging. You just kind of have to, you know, practice with it. Get a feel of where the Azami goes. And you'll start to get better with it. You'll get small pixel peak angles like this. But as you can see, I can shoot anyone watching on top of the fireplace out there. Anyone on the grapple right there on that little corner. Another good thing too is I can even see people outside on that window right there. Like I said, boom, as you can see, try to tell me where that hole is. Try to tell me where that hole is on this thing right here when I'm not aimed in. When I'm moving around like this, right, and I'm kind of like quick angling, quick peeking the, you know, the window and shit, you don't see anything. First of all, the hole is right here. I don't know if you can see that, but it's literally right here in this little triangle area. So if you're moving like this, right, and you're like, you know, checking the windows out, you're making sure no one's coming over here, you're swinging this, you are not going to see someone peeking that right there. Like I said, I've almost gotten an ace off of that angle right there. Okay, buddy, we're still here. I moved over the bombs to kind of trophy room area because this is also another really chosen area on the map of Villa. I'll mainly be showing you both areas on the top floor of each map that I show you in this video, just because I feel like those are the main important objectives. Okay, bud, so what I like to do in here on B, there's multiple things that I can do in here. There's just so many Azami tricks and it's just this one spot. I automatically always throw one up above here. I love having an Azami up on this door. Reason being is that when anyone that is coming from, you know, 90 hallway down here or from, you know, red stairs coming up this way, why I like this right here is because when you stand behind this green box, you get this disgusting, and I mean absolute disgusting tight angle. You can even shoot through his foot right here. So like here's the edge over here where people will run. You could even look underneath his foot, wait for someone to pass by, turn over, and boom, 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 boom. I think it's fucking absolutely broken. But yeah, like I said, you can angle yourself to the point where you could see anyone that's kind of walking from the left side over here. Wait for them to kind of walk over the foot, because if they're crouched, even if they're crouched over here, you'll still see them through this little arch of the foot. You don't even have to do that on the Arch of the Foot. I'm just telling you, I've done it before. It's helped me be able to see them and go, okay, someone's in that hallway. I can swing this bitch now. But I absolutely love slapping an Azami up there. It gives you a disgusting angle behind this green trophy box container. And also, bud, anyone that's coming from this area, dude, if you're standing, you're not gonna see the guy behind this green box right here. Also, look at that little angle that I gotta hit you through. Like, that would be hard as fuck, bro. Like, you could even throw one right here. I'd like to kind of go off of this little gray part right here. It's the drawer. It's the last drawer. If you throw it on the corner of this drawer right here, it'll snap into place like that. And you'll get this, like, nasty little head angle Azami. And look at this angle that you have now. Now, instead of having to go crouch and aim over this little thing, this Azami boosts up your cover by, you know, couple inches, and now you just have an unstoppable angle. No one is coming through this unless obviously they destroy that, but if they destroy that, you just throw another one up there. Sooner or later, they're gonna get tired and they're gonna be wasting a lot of bullets or just meleeing for fucking nothing, so they're just probably gonna rotate to over there. And if they don't, then boom, bud, you have a nasty fucking angle all the way into that 90 hallway. Now I just want you to see what it looks like from here, right? You can't see anything above that Azami. Even when I crouch, look, I can't see anything on that top arch. Even when I'm like standing here, look at that. It just hits that top part of this Azami. Go check out the other video. I kind of go into depth and explain how and why that's possible, how you can see, you know, all the way to here being behind that Azami, and how the enemy can't see you, you know, sitting from this angle. It's kind of like an angle where I can see you, but you can't see me type of angle, and it's OP as fuck. So yeah, bud, run this setup right here. You'll love it. You'll thank me later. But what I like to do here is I'll come up to this desk right here, and on this top part of the desk right here, I like to come into the middle of where these little handles are, and I'll just kind of, you know, guesstimate. I'll be like, okay, yeah, that's kind of right in the middle, and I'll throw it on that, you know, top bar right, you know, just showed you. I'll throw it about there. I honestly could have, you know, pushed it over a little more. I would say go closer to kind of, you know, the left side of these handles. Go closer to that instead of going in the middle. There we go. Now what this does is it opens up this disgusting fucking angle. As you can see here, anyone that's up on top of, you know, hookah deck, they've got to worry about that window as well. They've got to worry about hallway here. They've got to worry about over here. And now they've got this other angle that they've got to worry about. They've got all of this opening right here that they've got to worry about. Anyone swinging across here. And I also like to do this as well. I'll come up to where these two bars are right here, and I'll slap it right in the middle of it. What this does is it goes just enough to where it covers your head so you don't get headshot. So that when you swing this, you have, you know, you could swing and hit anyone off of this railing here, anyone coming up the stairs. You can even come here, right? And you can hit this angle. You can go boom, boom, boom. You can get over all the way to the right side. You could stand up and hit this angle. You even could hit this out too, which I like to do. And now you have an angle for anyone that's running in through this door and that's planting kind of in this area over here in this corner. Now, you might be thinking, well, bud, if I'm playing behind these two Azamis, I'm basically pretty good. I've got these two walls, you know, reinforced. I now have to worry about the stairs, and there's also this. So what I like to do is I will throw my Azami right at the corner of this little, I don't fucking know. You know what I mean though, but basically just throw it there. And what this does is it completely blocks off that window behind the Azami. But yeah, every single time I go Azami, I am running this. If you've watched my live streams or my videos, there is not one time that I have not used this setup. It is so good, and it guarantees you a kill almost every single time you use it. There's so many angles to peek off of, and it's just disgusting. It is so gross. You'll have two Azamis left to kind of, you know, replace them if you want, or if they're not coming from over there, you can even come over here to this pool table. And what I like to do is just kind of throw it anywhere on that little bar. Covers your entrance in from that aqua room over here. Okay, bud, now we are on the other floor, or I guess we're still on the same floor. This is another second floor bomb area. Okay, bud, so immediately once you're in this, you know, penthouse area, I love to do this. I'll come over here and I'll slap one on the corner of this couch, and you just kind of wait until it, like, you know, sucks up into that corner. As you can see, it kind of like snaps in there almost. When you get to that point, you throw it there. The main reason why I like it is, one, it guards your area from anyone coming, you know, if they drop the hatch and, you know, land in here, the little bathroom area, as well as anyone that's on window area as well. When you walk out right here, you still have a little angle up on that window, so be careful. But what I like to do is I'll throw this Azami here and I'll play off of that. I'll kind of, you know, hold this angle, because sometimes like a glass or like that sniper bitch will kind of, you know, grapple, and they'll be like, oh, this is a cool ass Azami, I'm gonna use it as an angle and kill them all. No, bud, you be the aggressor and you kill those motherfuckers. Another thing that I like too is that the Azami is so far placed to the left that it opens up this crack and it gives you this angle all the way into bathroom. So if anyone drops, you have a nasty fucking angle into the bathroom. So yeah, like if someone drops here, right, they're gonna be, you know, kind of stuck in here, they're gonna be hiding. If they swing this, right, they have this bomb that they have to, you know, swing off of on the right, and they also have to now aim either right here. Another one that I like to do, bud, as well, is I'll put it up on this corner right here. It'll break that table, and it gives you, you know, a side angle for anyone that's coming in through this guitar area. Another thing is, a lot of the times people will have this open as a rotate, so having this Azami here, it basically blocks anyone from that window as well. It's just a good defensive Azami. I don't usually play off of this Azami. I just place it there because, one, it covers it from the main window. As you can see here, it's completely blocking the window except for like right up here. So now that you have these two set up, I wish I had my other one that I didn't fucking throw on the ground over here. I'll throw it right here on the little corner. So what I'll do is I'll wait for it to connect. I'll throw it here. And what this does now is it makes this nice, weird little triangle angle into the hallway. So usually you'll have both of these walls reinforced. Boom. Once you have those two reinforced, you can now kind of hold down theater and you can just kind of stay in this general area. This wall's kind of blocking you. Like I said as well, that Azami right there is blocking the wall right here that obviously I just blew up. So anyone walking through guitar or that drops down through bathroom, if they try to shoot through this wall, they can't, because now that Azami is blocking it. So now I blew this wall open just so you can kind of see why I have that Azami over there. It now blocks this whole area that you're standing in. You can do the same thing on the other side as well. This time I put it on the right side so that it overlapped over here. Now I can actually sit behind this, and if, you know, they're in the hallway and I know, I can kind of, you know, hold a really tight angle here. I can even jump up on this table right here, and I have an angle off the back side of this Azami all the way in the corner over there. Okay, buddy, now we are on bank. Okay, bud, so janitor closet is a really, really contested area when you come up here to this objective. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be contesting janitor closet the entire game, and you're not going to roam. You're not going to go out there and try to be funny and get kills and you think you're fucking spoit. You're not spoit. You're not pengu. You're not fucking stomping. All right? Sit back and relax, buddy. You're Azami. Right off the bat, this is what I do every single time I play on bank. I'll come into janitor's closet, right? And I will immediately throw an Azami at this, you know, top area. I'm gonna be making another I can see you, but you can't see me angle, just like the one that I showed you over on Villa. So once you have that there, now what you're gonna do is you're gonna slap another one. I don't know, you can kind of just guess. It doesn't really matter much. Just don't go like obviously too high. Just, you know, keep it at the bottom area. And boom. Now you have one of those I can see you, but you can't see me type of angles right here. And I put it on this corner right there. And it adds another longer angle, and you can kind of see more people over on the left side of that door. So let's say you hear someone on the right, you can rotate over here and kind of stand right behind this and wait for that person to kind of walk here, and you can shoot them here. If you missed your bullets, right, you can then rotate over to here. It gives you enough time to now reposition yourself and hold the angle if anyone's coming down this area. You're basically gonna be Michael Jordan in the paint. You gotta defend this motherfucker. You've gotta get kills. This is a very aggressive Azami, so you need to fucking be there, bud. If you're not there and you don't have the nuts to do it, don't do it, because then you will die. This game is about confidence, and if you don't have confidence, how are you gonna get kills? How are you gonna get better? Now, bud, I do have one more, so what I'd like to do as well is I'll slap it on like the end of this table. And what that does is it blocks off this, door right here on the backside. So now anyone that's walking down off of this vending machine right here through this hallway, they're going to get peeked off of this little, angle right here. You can really peek far, like hold this area down here and you can hit all the way to that wall over there. Or you can even peek right here and wait for them to swing off the vending machine. Open this up like this. And now for early kills, you can hold this angle and you have an angle all the way to the outside area where they grapple up to come upstairs. So yeah, anyone that's coming up off of exit terrace right here, when they come up off that backside and they, grapple up here, right? You now have an angle all the way from right there to basically exit terrace. I mean, shit, bro, you still have an angle even onto this window right here. So anyone jumping into this room is fucked. You can hold that angle. No one's like gonna be expecting that, bro. You are fucking 3 rooms away. Now, I will warn you, this gun does not shoot super far. So if you have a buddy, let them use that other gun because that gun will probably be better than the gun that I'm holding right now, especially when it comes to shooting at far range. They nerfed the absolute fuck out of this weapon, so long range shots are absolute dog shit. Unless you hit a headshot, then it's a headshot no matter what. So if you're a good aimer, okay, then yeah, slap this fucking on and see if you can hit a, a little angle. Boom, 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 boom. We're gonna be doing another one of those like coastline type of tricks. I love doing this, especially when I play on bank. I do this every single time. So what I'll do is I'll throw it in the middle of these 2 lines right here. It goes up just enough to where it blocks my head so that I can't get headshotted. And you have a nasty angle here. You have a nasty angle here. And if anyone's, planting over in this area, I can still shoot them there. Another one I'd like to do is I will go right in the middle of where this like drawer is, kind of go just to the left of it. And what this does is it now opens up an angle right here with this bomb and this Azami. So I can hold this angle basically all the way to where they come in through poop tunnel. Yes, I call it poop tunnel because it's a sewer, okay? I call it poop tunnel. These 2 Azamis right here are really strong. That's honestly all I do with the Azami. I don't put my Azamis anywhere else. It's literally that's it right here. So yeah, I'll get hatch and shit. Make sure that hatch is obviously reinforced. If you don't get hatch, the whole entire trick right here is basically garbage. You're fucked. Get hatch. If you get hatch, you're good. And boom, now you can play aggressive on A-bomb and kind of, hold this door off. Okay, buddy, we're now on Oregon. I feel like this was a map that absolutely needs to be added in. I feel like a lot of people like this map, so I figured, we'll slap it in here. First, right off the bat, I love to come to this, dresser and slap it right on the corner. It kind of locks in, as you can see, like it's standing up. Boom. It literally like connects to the corner. Slap it up on that corner and it now basically blocks off the main window where people like to push. So if you're the type of person to kind of play dorm and kind of sit back here in this corner area, you could place another one here as well at the bottom part of this, and you have a nasty fucking angle all the way to the back side of this window. As you see here, I have literally a disgusting angle now for anyone that's trying to peek that. Let's say I don't want to peek this. I can now rotate to over here, and now I have this Azami that I can swing off of. I could swing over here. I could even swing to the left over here. So if you're a big, player on this, corner area, Azami could really help you kind of lock it down even better. Another good one too is slapping it up on the corner of this cabinet. This basically just gives you protection so that if you're coming in from B and you're rotating out here, people are over here in this trophy area over here. They're coming up from these stairs or they're coming up from here. You now can rotate through here and you have this Azami to protect you from that door. And if you hear their footsteps, you can then just walk sideways and swing them really quick, come back, hide here. If you want, you can do that. A lot of the times people will reinforce this one and they'll kind of open it up like that. So you can play attic really aggressive. You could play this corner really aggressively if you know that there's a ton of people over in that trophy area. You could swing this, boom, boom. Like I said, you could swing over here, get anyone that's coming up from the stairs in that hallway. You could even fucking swing this bitch if you wanted. It really just applies that pressure onto the attackers, and I really love this angle right here. Now, but you have two more if you'd like. Another good one too is I'll come here. Instead of throwing it in the middle right here, what I like to do, because it covers your head, I'll actually go lower than this line right here. Like I said, lower than this. You could even go a little lower, and what this will do is it'll still keep this spot here, because I know a lot of people love to like peek right here. You see it gives you a nasty fucking angle. So if you go a little lower than the first line right right here, let's say you count down 4 triangles right here. You see this little triangle that I'm triangling out? 1, 2, 3, and then throw it like right there, you'll probably still have that angle. Let's try it. Yeah, you see? So look, now you have an even nastier angle. So you could still hit here. You can even come over to the left more and still hit here. So yeah, slapping Azami here, you can now play attic really aggressively. You can play white here. You can even then now run over. You still have, you can shoot over to here. You have this Azami here, and boom. It's disgusting. Like I showed you on the first map of Villa, that really crazy fucking peak. If you're still here, you're a goat. Make sure to go down below, leave a like and comment. We're gonna do the same trick that we did for the first trick of this video, but this one's a little more sexier, I should say. So like I said, make sure you open up this wall right here. Do not reinforce it. That's your first thing that you should do, is open up this wall right here, reinforce this, open up head holes here, so for anyone that wants to kind of swing off of this, they can, and then make this little T right here. Like I said, you're gonna come up to this wall, you're gonna put your head against the wall, look all the way down. And once we're all the way down, we're looking all the way down, our heads to the wall, we can't move anymore. I'm going to now then throw it. I'm going to stay looking down, going to make that weird looking V. And as you can see here, and as you can already kind of imagine, I now have an angle to all the way to the back barrels where everyone loves to hide behind. So I'm going to say, I'm going to aim right here off of this pipe. So like if I'm looking here, I see this little slit here and I see that little slit there. I'm going to aim right there where that little slit is right here. And we'll put it right there. Oh my God, that was actually beautiful. That was beautiful. So yeah, just put it right there where that slit was where I showed you. That's a beautiful angle right there. So now look at this fucking angle that you have all the way to the backside of the barrels. So bud, when they come down bunker, right? Look at this shit, right? They gotta now worry about anyone that's peeking off of this reinforcement wall right here. And they're not gonna expect you to be right there. Actually, is that it? Yeah, right there. That's the hole right there. You see that? That's the hole right there. That little hole. Holy shit. So just imagine that. Like anyone that's standing right here, look at this. I was shooting the bullets right here. As you can see all these bullets holes. You're dead. You're done. You are donezo. Okay, buddy. And last but not least, we are on Clubhouse. One that I love to absolutely throw is right here. It's an absolute must. The reason why I do that is it's because it's kind of like a half castle, I like to call it. They either are going to walk through it, right? They're going to crouch through it and you're going to get the kill, or they're going to start meleeing it and it's going to make sound. So then that right there is going to give you that audio cue and you're going to go, okay, that's my Azami. I know where they're at now. So that then gives you the information to know, okay, these guys are in construction. They just hit my Azami. Perfect. I know where one person is at least. Another one or a couple Azamis that I like to do is I like to actually stay in gym and play Azami. So what I'll do is to block off construction, since I've obviously opened up this, I don't want to get shot through it down here. I'll actually put an Azami on this left little bread fucking thing here, because once you're in here, you want to block yourself from that construction door over there. Now, what I like to do is I'll take my Azamis and I'll shoot them right here on the little ding-dong thing, or the weight, what is that? The weight holders? You know what I mean. What I'll do is I will slap an Azami right there, like I did with this one where I slapped it on the ding-dong or whatever. I did it on the same side over here. You could peek off of this left side over here. You could still peek up off of this top area over here. You could come back over here and crouch behind this. You have this angle here. It's such a weird Azami placement. Not a lot of people are really expecting all these different weird angles that you could be peeking them off of. So I think that's what makes this Azami so interesting, is that you have so many angles on that window that it now makes it even harder for the attackers to aim in through that window or even jump in through it. So then it pushes them to have to go through construction over here. And majority of the time, you're gonna have 4 other players either, you know, hiding in this bathroom watching a mirror right here, if mirror's not banned, or they'll just be here and they'll hold this area right here. And look at this. Now you have a nasty angle. So anyone that's crouching, trying to walk in, it's an insta kill. You're done. It's game over. You're gonna wanna come up here to catwalk, garage, whatever you call this little metal fucking walkway. I call it catwalk. A lot of the times people will put it on this left side. That's incorrect. Go on the right side and do this Azami trick, because it opens up an angle if you do it on the right side than doing it on the left. You're going to come over to the right. You'll let it lock in. As you can see, it's locking in there. Boom. As I said, you can peek off here, you can peek off of here, but if you go prone, look at this little angle that you have all the way to the outside over there. I now have a disgusting fucking angle to where I can peek all the way outside to where they walk in from right here for when they spawn. So you can literally almost kill someone if they keep running right here. Majority of the time people won't. They'll walk around. But I just want to show you. If you see here, here's the bullet holes that I'm shooting. I have shot all the way back here. So as you see here, anyone walking through this middle part right here, right? If they're standing anywhere right here, I am hitting you. I am hitting your feet already, or slash your legs. So I already see your legs. I wish I had a POV, like a second POV, like a different person, so I could, you know, show their... Anyway, just trust. I can see your legs and your feet all the way from where I'm standing if I'm Azami inside on that rafter. So yeah, hopefully this finds the right people. Hopefully you've learned a lot in this video, bud. Thank you for sticking around. You're a fucking goat. If you want to become a member, bud, click the first link down in the description below, bud. Be able to see my videos early and whenever you want. All of my scheduled videos that I have scheduled for each week, you basically get to say, fuck that. I'm going to watch them whenever I want. It's $2.99 a month. You get to cancel anytime you want. It's like paying for your favorite TV show. The Lil C Show, buddy. I also have a merch shop. Check that out. That's linked below the first link down below. More designs to come. Do not worry. Thank you guys so much for watching, bud. If you guys enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Make sure to go down below, bud. Like, subscribe, and comment. And we will see you guys in the next Rainbow Six Siege video, bud. Deuces.